Hello everyone, welcome to the inventRight.com YouTube show. Steve and I have been coaching and mentoring inventors for 15 years, right Stephen?
15 years in a day. Yes, you're right.
15 years in a day. If you want to learn more about that, go to inventRight.com and click on coaching. Stephen, what are we talking about on this show?
Well, you know, Andrew, I had one of our students call, and he was talking about this list of companies we have on our site. Mm-hmm. And it's called Companies Looking for Ideas. Right. And he went to the list and he started asking questions, and I realized right away, what are you doing? And he said, well, what do you mean? I said, you don't need that list. He was like, well, what do you mean I don't need the list? And I said, make your own list. That's an old list. You don't need any list. And you can create your own list by doing a little bit of homework. Go down to the store, find out where your product's going to be on that shelf, take a picture of it, find the manufacturers that are there, make a big target, and those are the guys you're going to submit your ideas to. And then go online. There'll probably be some other guys. I mean, do your homework, but don't count on my list, anybody's list.
Yeah, you know, people really limit themselves that way, Stephen. When we coach and mentor our students, we teach people a methodology that you can always make a complete and total list. And everybody thinks it's so hard, but it's one of the simpler points. The coach will usually correct you on, you know, your list is like 4 or 5, and they're like, no, I know your project. You can do 20 or 30. And they help you expand it out, give you specifics. But it's not the hardest part in the process by any means.
No, I was dying. Andrew, when he told me this, it broke my heart, because he thinks that is like the list. I'm like, no.
No, you would never limit yourself. It's a free list on our site, Company Looking for Ideas. If you want to use it as a supplement, great. Check it out. But if you limit yourself to that or any other list, it's because you don't know how to do your research.
Yeah, here's the other thing. He has some interest from a big company. But they said, we won't.
That's good.
Listen to it first. They said, well, we like to see it, but you have to have a patent first.
Say, sure, I'm patent pending.
No, they want it patented before they'll look at it.
They want to issue patent. Well, that's a red flag.
It is a red flag, and I was trying to explain to them, big companies, they're dinosaurs. You heard it from me.
No, let me clarify. Not big companies, Stephen. Mega corporations. Well, the biggest of the big. Sorry. Some of them expect to have an issued patent, and you're right. That is a dinosaur approach. Almost all of them are okay with it.
He was asking me, well, he wanted to rush out and
get a patent.
Well, he wanted to file a patent, but he wanted to put a rush on it.
Oh my God! Just so he could show to this one company and for them to say they're not interested. Yeah. So he's going to spend all that money on a patent because he thinks it's necessary to license a product. What do you say to that?
I said it's crazy. That is crazy. What we've been teaching, and you guys, you have to really listen to this. You want to determine if you have a marketable product first. It's not about patents. It's about selling. It's about finding those companies that embrace you, finding those companies that love you. Those big mega corporations Andrew's talking about, the way they tell us no, we're not interested in you, is saying, do you have a patent?
Yeah. Now, to make it clear, Stephen, if they ask you have a patent and you're like, yeah, it's patent pending, and they're like, oh, that's fine. You know, then that's fine. So always clarify, because they might be saying patent, but they really mean just patent pending.
Yeah, absolutely. But you guys, go to the mid-sized companies. Andrew, you know, we've been coaching for 15 years. Now, every once in a while, one of our students lands a deal with a mega company. But the majority are mid-sized companies that want to be mega companies.
Well, and let me clarify what Stephen means by mid-sized. They could be selling in a Lowe's, a Home Depot, a Walmart, and a Target and still be mid-sized. They're not the mega corporation. So to me, I define it a little differently than you, Stephen. I say medium and large-sized companies, and then there's the mega corporations, which is really literally, I would say, only about 4 or 5% of potential licensees you can sell to. So when we're talking about this, don't purposely go, oh, well, are they too big? You know, because they can be pretty big, and you license them.
If there's only 2 or 3 companies in that category, those are kind of like mega companies, right? They've kind of pushed everybody out, and they just dominate. And those guys don't let's put it this way. They're market takers. They're not market innovators. They're market takers. They let those small companies develop a market, then they come in, they do a workaround or they buy it, but they don't have to take the risk. It's those mid-sized guys that are going to love you. And Andrew's right. When I mean mid-sized, it's still big, but it's not these mega companies. Now here, one last thing I want to mention before we end this. He also said to me, Andrew, that one of the submission forms said
on the website for a company.
Yeah, it said basically whatever you send us, we own.
Wow, you don't see that often, but you do see it once in a while. That's why you want to read it.
So I told him, I said, that's why. He said, well, what do I do? I said, well, go to the next company. I mean, don't sign something that sounds weird. If it sounds like we're going to own everything, don't go to them. You guys read the submission forms very, very carefully. Read the details. And if you're not sure about it, don't submit to them.
And we can't give you specifics right now, but sometimes they look nasty and it's fine. Some of them will use some words that sound a little bit not that friendly. And it's saying, hey, whatever you own is what you own, the way of provisional patents, etc. Whatever we own is what we own. But we can't agree to keep it confidential. And sometimes people will see that and they're like, oh, no, they can't keep it confidential. You filed your provisional patent application.
And you know what I like?
And sometimes people see that as like threatening. They won't sign my NDA, which they're not going to.
Well, we're going to talk about NDAs in the next class or webinar or TV, whatever we do here. We're going to talk about NDAs because that's an important topic. But that's all I wanted to say. I want to say, look, you guys, don't take any list from our site. I don't care where you get it. Make your own list. Do your own homework. Reach out to those companies. And if they're so big that they're asking for patents, find the mid-sized guys. They will love you to death.
Great. If you guys like the show, down below, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. We're getting more subscribers every day. And check out the coaching page on inventRight.com.
One thing I want to mention, there's always one person that...
You can't say anything more, man.
I know, but I have to.
We're done.
There's always one guy that gives us a thumbs down.
There's always one guy.
I don't know who he is. I mean, what are we doing wrong? What more can we do?
I don't know. Maybe he can tell us in the comments.
I would love for the guy that does this. Who are you? Why do you do that? And what?
Steve, there's always going to be one guy.
But what else can we do? Tell
fine.
us what you want us to do. We're here for you guys.
They want you to jump up and down and put your head, go like this, rub your tummy and tap your head. Maybe he'll say that, and then you'll do it on a show for him, right?
You'll be surprised.
All right. Take care, everyone. Keep inventing. We'll catch up with you in the next inventRight.com TV show. See ya.